Well, hello there. Short talk in Albuquerque with the old guy. I'm in my brother's backyard. It's a Saturday morning. The snow is coming down. Snow? And I'm not sure if this is Albuquerque's first snow or not. It kind of came down overnight a little bit. That little dog there is my brother and sister in law. They lived here for quite a while and they love dogs. And this iteration is called Laddie. Laddie, like, I guess, Irish? I don't know. Yeah, I just thought I'd kind of do a little quick vid here and planning on probably heading back to Cruces today. I checked the temperature gig on like Google, and it said, as it turns out, it's 29 here this morning. That was an hour ago, and it was 44 in Cruces, so it's 15 degrees temperature difference. I'm hoping this thing doesn't head too far south. I hate the cold. And I'm such a wimp when it comes to it. It's just like, oh my gosh, working in the cold, that's one of the things I really don't like to do. And we had a real nice Thanksgiving dinner, of course, with turkey and stuff. It was a small group this year. There was one, two, three. There was five of us, all adults. My younger brother, he's the youngest guy in the room at 64. So no kids this year. And I kind of missed that. But we did have a nice chance. The same group of us, less one, went out last night. I've got a nephew in town here who's a manager of a restaurant. And by the way, here's a little plug. I'm sure he's just going to rake in tons of business on the basis of this. Matucci's. It's actually M apostrophe. Tucci's. But I knew a guy years and years ago. Both my brother Pat and I played Little League ball. I was never any good, but he was pretty good. Anyway, there was a guy named Bobby Matucci, M-A-T, I think. Yeah, it was an M-A-T. And gosh, I haven't seen Bob since 1969. I don't know. Pretty sure I wouldn't recognize him. And I asked Rob, I said, well, is that the same family? Because, I mean, how many of these Matucci's are there running around in Albuquerque anyway? He thinks, although it was unclear to me, was the same. He called him Robert. I said, well, maybe he is a Robert nowadays. People become Bobbies or they quit being Bobbies, that kind of thing. And, for some adults, if they want to be known as Jimmy or Bobby, it's not that weird. So at any rate, I guess maybe he's now Robert. Of course, I had no way to contact him, and I'm pretty sure that even if I had, it would have been a complete waste of time because he'd have no idea who I was. Are you trying to get a free meal? But anyway, speaking of the meal, it was an Italian restaurant, and by golly, I thought, I told Rob, my nephew, I said, hey, he's like the manager guy. And I said, hey, look, it's like when you walk into a Mexican restaurant, if they don't know how to cook refried beans, I have issues. So I thought if you're in an Italian restaurant, if they don't know how to cook spaghetti, I'm walking out. There was no walking out. It was really an excellent plate of spaghetti, and it wasn't real pricey. It wasn't like real, snooty place. It's real high quality food and good service and stuff. But anyway, we all did that last night. Had a nice chance to visit and stuff yesterday. I went up into the base of the Sandias briefly yesterday, and just to kind of get up near all that green and good stuff. And even then, I could see the clouds were moving in. The weather was changing yesterday. Temperature was coming down by the time I left there at, I'm making this up. I want to say it was close to 3 in the afternoon, which should have been the high of the day. The temperature was coming down, so I thought, I'm going to get out of here. I mean, out of the mountain area. So we talked it over this morning. I'm probably going to head down to Cruces just because, and I hope this darn thing doesn't follow me down there. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, and talking it over with people when you think about, well, what am I thankful for, or maybe why am I thankful? And I think the Bible can give you some good tips there. If you can't just, you're stumped and you can't think of anything at all to be thankful for, like ever. The Bible works the other way, I believe. It says, hey, Mike Labor, do you like snow? It's okay to look at, but who wants to work in it? And you get these cold, frozen, wet feet. Why? Why would anyone want that? People aren't talking about that when they say they love snow. They're talking about, I love to sit indoors and drink warm chocolate or hot chocolate and look at the snow outdoors. That's what they mean when they say they love snow, I think. Or they might love skiing. I don't know. Skiing never made it for me. I have no idea why people are sliding down hills on sticks, but they like it. I mean, it's a big sport, too. Anyway, never mind that. Decided that we're going to bounce out of here, and that way I'll be in Cruces tonight. It's like a 3.5 hour drive. I was kidding around with my little brother this morning on the old Gilligan's Island. The theme song, it had to do with the 3-hour cruise. It's like it's a 3.5 hour drive. I hope I don't end up on Gilligan's Island. I really don't think that's going to happen. So, anyway, can you be thankful for something? Can you pick it out? Can you identify it? Well, here's the way to think about it, I believe, from the scriptural viewpoint, which says that it's like, hey, you know what, Mike, I know you don't like the snow. Give thanks in it. In this situation right here, look around. Isn't it beautiful coming down at the very least? I mean, it's kind of serene or something like that when you see all them little flakety flakes just slowly wandering to their death. I hit the ground. You're going to die. And so find beauty in it. You find a way to give thanks. But even if it really is miserable and you really do have cold, gnarly feet and your hands are knuckled up and there's something to thank the Lord for, in that he gives us even the sensation ability to know that I'm miserable. That's good information. We should be thankful for that kind of coded information, you know. Now we're getting desperate. I hope I have a Christmas kind of like this, kind of like, you know, low pressure, low volume, and, you know, around loved ones and stuff. We've got a lot of things to do this year before the end of the year. And 2024 is coming up, and that's going to be a wild one. Another election cycle, and guess what? Over in China, almost as if it was a plan or something. I do remember vividly 2019, about this time of the year. News coming out of where? China. World changed. Guess what? That was an election cycle, too. Talk about a small world. You mean these epidemics come in 4-year cycles that coincide with presidential elections? That's amazing. And crooked as the day is long. It's been whooped up, and they made it on purpose. Don't you go taking none of that there miracle cure either. Get yourself some vitamin C. Get yourself some good stuff, vitamin D. Get some sunshine. Get a little clear, you know, water down your neck, and get some sleep. Your immune system is real strong, and the Lord made it resilient. This is the time of year we get to practice fighting off disease. So there are things you can do. Echinacea is not a bad idea. And there are other things. I forgot them already. It's food-based stuff, and that can help your immune system. Go get some. And I know it's a little pricey, but would you really rather be sick? I don't think so. I hate being sick. Why would anyone want to? And so it's not that hard. Your body can develop an immune response that'll ward off what's called the cold. Pretty much. I got a cold last year, I believe it was. Yeah, I felt it for 12 days, 14 days, just like I should. But it was the absolute wimpiest, lightweight, nothing burger cold I've ever had in my life. Practically no symptoms at all. Just real lightweight symptoms. And but they stayed the 12, 14 days. But what I'm saying is your immune system can be strengthened, and it's up to you to do it. No one's going to do it for you. But if you do, I guarantee you'll feel better. And when everybody else is walking around with dripping noses and all that guck in about 5 weeks, you'll just keep cruising, keep rolling. I work around young guys, and they're always getting sick. And I said, well, you know, if you ever get tired of being sick, call me. I got a few things we could get you started on. Just go to the health food store. It ain't rocket science. But see, that's the answers they never want to tell you. They never want to have people publicly admitting that sort of thing. Oh no, what we need, frankly, is more and more man-made chemical compounds at $110 a drop, you know, or whatever it is. It's all about selling pharmaceuticals in this end of the world. Not me, The good Lord didn't invent you such that for lack of man-made pharmaceuticals you feel bad. That's what they'd have you believe. No, it's for lack of the love of God in your hearts. Our world is so ungodly these days, and by ungodly I don't mean necessarily cannibals, who are involved in chainsaw murderers or something like that, although that's probably occurring. No, what I mean when I say it's ungodly is he just doesn't come into the picture. He's never part of the equation. He's not even in the background. He's not to be considered. He's not part of the solution. Check him out. Now we're going to reason. Now we're going to think. That's ungodly. And he will destroy that too. Don't you be caught in that. There's no hope in that. He's the way, he's the truth, he's the life in person. And he deserves his rightful due. We do worship him, we do honor him, and we do give thanks for his many blessings. And one of the blessings I have today is, warm house to sit with family and eat good food and think of good old times in the past and, reminisce a little bit. And boy, we're up in our 60s now. We're the last of the last coming up here pretty quick. In terms of what I mean is, our parents have passed away. Our uncles, our aunts have passed away. All the people that we remember together. Even one of our sisters has passed away. And so when we think about that, time is short. Give somebody a hug today. You're not going to have an opportunity tomorrow necessarily. And if you can reach out and do something good for someone today, and it's real and it makes sense, do it. Because those little opportunities, they're going to go away, and then you'll miss it. You don't want to be a part of that. Participate, enjoy, and reach your hands right in and get involved in the lives of people and how work works and how life works and how reality works. And get involved and you'll just feel better. It's so much better than just zoning out, sitting around, looking at video junk all the time. That's a phony world. So get offline after you watch my video. The media is, these video medias are really bad and you shouldn't watch them. Well, then that means turn this thing off, right? No, except this one. That's how everything works. Hypocrites. Oh, that's going away too. Have a good day. Bye-bye.